the day.
Oh, it worked. Perfect.
So now we can start.
GG.
And it's Hunter versus Warlock. That's like really surprising. Yeah, now we found out why your microphone is making noise, because you have a fan. And we got Artosis playing Hunter against Lulok from Rewind. Who do you favor more in this matchup?
Well, I would actually keep the Hunter's mark. I think Warlock has the potential to win. In general, you want to play Hunter versus Warlock because he burns down so quickly. But yeah, if he really needs to time it well, Artosis, to don't drop the Warlock below a certain threshold, like 16 HP, for example, because then he can drop the Giants and the Sunfury Protector or Defender of Argus, and it gets incredibly tough to go through that.
That would work out perfect if we would see a handlock for Rewind, but this time we face a Golden Zulok. So
then it's Hunter, definitely. Hunter has advantage.
No certain threshold to ignore. For Artosis, actually, he has an Iron Beak Owl in his hand. That's a useful thing to get rid of the Argent Squire. Since what can Artosis do here? sadly, not a lot at the moment. His enemy, has 2 minions out, and he has a Deadly Shot. Well, you don't want a Deadly Shot. He has a Snipe. So that's the first good thing I see in his hand, I would say. Like, playing a Snipe actually has some value. Next minion will die. Well, what do you want to kill? You can't kill a Doomguard. You can't kill a Flame Imp. You can't kill Shattered Sun Cleric. Though there are some things to kill. But if you play it later, there may be no Dark Iron Dwarves. And you don't want to have 3 minions against you already so early.
Well, he has to Unleash on his hand, so...
But with Unleash against Amani Berserker?
Nah, you don't wanna go that against an Amani Berserker, but you can just kill everything and then go Deadly Shot. I don't know, like having 3 or 4 minions on the board seems to be okay with me. Like, the thing is, you don't want to miss the 2 damage of Steady Shot.
That's correct. You don't want to miss the 2 damage of Steady Shot, but you need to look out here. You might have your Unleash. Now you got a Timberwolf. Now you can I'm just saying overscan. Wow, that was a risky Deadly Shot. Like, I wouldn't Deadly Shot there. He could have done way different things. Like, he could even Iron Beak Owl the 2/3, the 3/4 if he wants to, but
no.
He really didn't need to Deadly Shot.
If he had Iron Beak the 1/1, like, you mean the Scryer, right?
No, I mean the Amani Berserker. I would have Iron Beak that one. And now he has a 3/3 and there's 3/4 against him. He needs to Iron Beak something. So I guess the 3/4, since you can kill the 3/3 somehow, but if you attack the 3/4 with anything and not killing it in one turn, you're kind of screwed. But he has a really nice hand. Unleash, Double Boar, plus Timberwolf. It's quite nice.
It's really rough for him.
Would you Boar maybe down the Young Priestess before she buffs them up to into Oblivion?
You have to kill the Priestess this turn. There's no way around it.
Well, like, Unleashing, the problem that's a 3/3 minion. So you have to take 2 minions every time to kill one, except the Young Priestess. And you can coin out a Boar. So you're gonna run 2 into the Amani Berserker. No surprise.
There's no value into coining a Boar.
Yeah. Well, there's no value. You could kill the 3/3. And your 1/1 could trade with his 2/1 if there's no Mortal Coil for him.
Well, if there is a... whatever comes next turn, like if there's a potential taunt, it's getting annoying for you.
Absolutely.
Like just a Shield Bearer or a Void Walker, and it gets buffed. And if you don't have a Hunter's Mark, you're in deep trouble.
And he's in deep trouble. We see Flame Imp and the Shattered Sun Cleric coming. And now you got some annoying stuff against you.
Tracking.
If he even plays explosive traps, you never know. So that version, Artosis
I'm actually surprised by the freezing trap. Snipe, not freezing trap, but snipe.
It's a more mid-rangey hunter. You actually play 2 Acolytes of Pain, for example, in such a version, and you go Cartro, and then you go like for really late gamey stuff.
Oh, damn.
Argent Commander for Rewind 2. So he's not only playing Double Doomguard, I expect, so he's playing the Argent Commander version 2. Not with the Leroy, with an Argent Commander. That's actually the better one. And Artosis, it looks like Artosis is getting crushed here.
There's nothing you can do. Next turn, he will take 12 more damage.
Well, he can silence, so that's a bit damage less.
Oh,
But
it's lethal.
yeah, that's
No,
10,
it's 12,
12.
14.
Yeah, only
Well,
14. That's not
Well,
gonna
if
be enough.
he draws into Soulfire,
If he draws into Soulfire, but I guess he will just go the safe road. I mean, what should happen? With 7 mana, he could play Leroy Unleash, but that wouldn't kill him with those 2 taunters.
there's literally nothing with 7 mana that will kill him.
Yeah. Although he's an Eaglehorn Bow, which is GG. So
GG.
that was the first game already. Rewind versus Artosis, and Rewind wins. Pretty fast.
Draw. Goes for the owl. I think he keeps the owl because he expects a handlock.
Could be. So you kind of want to have the Iron Beak out if there's a handlock.
Oh,
I'm not sure
nice
about
hand.
keeping the Shattered Sun Cleric, but the hand for Artosis is really nice.
I would definitely not keep the Shattered. You want to have the 1 and 2 drops, especially if you're going first. Oh, we see a Harvest Golem.
Well, he now has a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop, so that's quite good for him. But Artosis, he has a double Young Priestess. That's like really, really cool. Double Young Priestess plus Amani Berserker. In my opinion, that's a nice start if he wants to go like super crazy. The Amani Berserker, the good thing is he can play the Amani Berserker, attack enemy's face, and then there's a 2/4 Amani Berserker on the board. And to kill it, he will Rewind need to coin out his Shattered Sun, if there
That's
is
what
one.
he's going to do, most likely.
Or we see Abusive Sergeant plus Young Priestess. Oh, he trades. So both things are okay. The annoying thing is now Shattered Sun. Harvest Golem plus Shattered Sun next turn. That's going to be a hard one to beat for Artosis.
It's going to be Harvest Golem next turn. Because he coined him out.
Yeah, he can Harvest Golem or Shattered Sun, but I was saying Shattered Sun just to kill the Amani Berserker.
Yeah.
The Soulfire, that's... Well, he can kill it. So if he wants to go Abusive Sergeant, he could
Drop
kill
all
it.
his stuff, get board control, Soulfire.
Mhm.
Just screw the Argent Commander.
Well, Argent Commander will take quite some time to get use of him. I'm not sure if I would screw him. The problem is if you Soulfire, you will need to you attack him or you Soulfire him away. But you get the good thing is you get a 5/1 minion on the board. If he has a if he goes Knife Juggler, Argent Squire and hits him.
Well, no, just play the Priestess. I would just play the Priestess, no Soulfire now, and then trade, and then get a ridiculous buffed up Berserker.
But you can do it all though now.
Yeah, but
Like-
then you risk Immortal Coil or Elven Archer.
You're risking
If he
multiply-
plays the Abusive Sergeant,
yeah,
he doesn't get any value out of the Sergeant regardless, right?
except having a 2/1 out.
That's true. But then what?
But he doesn't need to trade. There's like no
Well, he
severe
wants to
need.
enrage him.
Yeah, he wants to enrage him.
And now, if you would have like not played the Abusive Sergeant, well, he was lucky, anyways. Just to
But-
play it
but
safe.
if you have played the Abusive Sergeant, nevertheless, he would be on 1 HP, whatever you do. But now he's on 2 HP. I know what you mean, but I rather have another 2/1 out to actually deal with my enemy stuff on the board than not. Another Abusive, so that's quite like 11 damage now due to having the Abusive Sergeant out.
Wow, nice drops.
Well, the annoying thing is there's Defender of Argus plus Argent Squire for Rewind. So he has some cool stuff. Knife Juggler, Shattered Sun Cleric. So his hand is quite good, but that Shattered Sun Cleric is going to sit there for quite a while.
Yeah, might be misplay to keep him.
We can clear everything. This is just perfect for Artosis. He's keeping the board clear. I guess he's going to run in his Young Priestess now. And then attack for 5. I wouldn't like you would. It's sad to run her in, but you kind of need to.
Yeah, she is a high value.
And there's a Doomguard for Rewind. He just redraw a Doomguard, a golden one. Just gonna mention that. He has already a lot of golden stuff, and wow, that ping, that was so unlucky, hitting the face. What else would he have done? Like this was the only play to do.
Well, Squire and Shattered Sun Cleric.
Oh. Yeah, Artosis. This is how we roll. Just get a Doomguard, drop it, 2/1 into the 3/2, and he deals 13 damage. He's just wrecking Rewind.
I think playing Shattered Sun there was safer.
Shattered Sun was safer if you
Yes,
play.
you get a 2-2 squire, and then
Mhm.
you can definitely trade against the 5-2.
I see what you mean. Now, good advantage. He gets it at least still. I would maybe go for Shattered Sun plus a Money Berserker, but it's risky. Like, you can kill the 5-2, and if he draws anything to go to buff himself up by 1.
Like there's still most likely a charge. Then he has still 2 knife jugglers and just a random minion.
Soulfire enough. GG.
Soulfire. Wow.
That's 9 damage. That was rather quick this time for Artosis. So those games together were as long as one really long game. So I can see if we would have Druid versus Warrior, that was one game having from Artosis.
Yeah, Shaman is can definitely work out if he draws into Spirit Wolves.
If he draws into the Spurs Wolf, absolutely.
He's thinking about keeping the Unmount. Rockbiter definitely makes sense. He's turn 1, so only mulligans 1 card. Would you have kept the Unmount Elemental? Oh wow, he draws the X. That's just perfect for Rewind.
And Stormforged X is just perfect. You can drop it turn 2 and then a turn 3 Rockbiter. So he has some options, but Artosis is second. So he can drop 2 minions turn 1. And that's just devastating every time.
Well, the decision is Knife Juggler or... Oh, he wants to keep the coin. Okay.
And we see Rewind, well... What is he going to do? Is he going to drop his Stormforged X now and or not?
Well, he is Owen, and it takes... He really wants to get rid of the Juggler.
We're just taking Rewind's view until everything runs accordingly, Timo. Yeah, I do not know why that happened. So we see...
Me neither.
We see Knife Juggler plus Young Priestess. That's quite a strong board. Oh, Lightning Storm is up for Rewind. But he needs to bold and clear. Like, there's no need to Lightning Storm here at the moment. He just did a good job clearing the board. But we see for Artosis, there's a Soulfire, there's a Doomguard, there's a Defend of Argus. So he has quite some stuff in hand, but he cannot play it by now.
Well, the problem is you never want to have Soulfire and Doomguard at the same time. And we see that he's also running Power Overwhelming, which is not that common in a Zulok. You see it from time to time, but in general, yeah, you don't really use it, but it's nice as a finisher.
Absolutely, and he's running Leopard Gnomes. Sometimes we see him, sometimes not. More or less Abusive Sergeant plus Young Priestesses. Sometimes Leopard Gnomes, so he's running the more early game orientated version, I would say, that peels your enemy harder. Well, but we have for Rewind, that blade had a great value. It destroyed a lot. And he got Unbound Elemental out. So next turn was a Lightning Storm. That would just be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, gets a 3-5. Just strong. But there's not that many minions. Like, the draw from Artosis is mediocre at best. I think he should Power Overwhelm his Squire now, just clear.
Power Overwhelm his Squire or Soulfire to next turn go for a Defend of Argus. I mean, he can lose a lot of...
Overwhelming.
He can lose a lot of cards. Like, he could lose Doomguard, he could lose the Argus himself.
You don't... the only thing you would want to lose is the Power Overwhelming. So why not just use it on a 1-1? And yeah, if he uses the Harvest Golem, that's annoying, especially with turn 5 coming up, where he wants to play the Harvest Golem and then tap. Defender of Argus is okay.
Well,
wow, he got incredibly lucky.
Easy mode for Artosis here.
Still think it was a misplay though.
Well, I guess it was just a risky play. It did work out for him. So some people would say
he burned the Soulfire for a 1-1. For just a 1-1 minion, so that's a misplay.
But a potential 2-2 and a 2-4 minion next turn with a Defender of Argus. And that's why I think it's better. It was risky, but it turned out well for him. His minion gets killed, so that's sad. No Defender of Argus value. He can still go for his Harvest Golem and then follow even Leroy. That's but Leroy is sadly in his hand, so you're not happy about it. Next turn he will have his 3-4 Harvest and a 2-2 Argent Squire. I still think it's okay what he did. Two Argent Commanders and a Fire Elemental. That's a pretty nice hand for Rewind. You can just kill off the 2-3 and then follow up with double Fire Spirits.
Yeah, this is looking really grim.
Well, we're gonna see, I guess, Defender of Argus plus Knife Juggler, something like this. But as we know, Rewind has the crazy Lightning Storm, and that's just gonna be devastating. I guess he will just trade with the Totem and go for the face, but we're going to see the Lightning Storm. And that Lightning Storm hitting perfect
That was unlucky. Or unfortunate.
would just destroy everything. I mean, it only has to hit once perfect for the 4-3. The 2-3 doesn't matter. Yeah, like, you don't care about it. Yeah, 1 mana shot. He could Totem, but I guess I would go Lightning Storm plus Fire Spirit. That's a safer way. You overload yourself crazy mode, but now you're like extremely safe. You're in a good spot.
What is he going to do? There's 1 Juggler left, 1 Soulfire left, and you have 2 Taunts on his hand. Like, even if he Soulfires the Fire Elemental, he already got the value he wanted from it. And he has Argent Commanders. He cannot play the next turn, so we will see, because he's overloaded so much, so we will see Totem or maybe a 4-drop.
It's okay for Rewind, but not so good for Artosis. He has stuff in his hand, but not a lot to use with. So Defender of Argus, that's a good thing. He can trade a 2-3 actually, and his Young Priestess could trade another if it's not getting killed. But yeah, 6-1 will kill Earthshock. That's a perfect draw.
Nice.
So he could kill the 2-4 or just go for the face. I guess both things are okay, especially with the double Argent Commander. Maybe trade before your enemy is getting a Shattered Sun, but the version from Artosis doesn't look like a Shattered Sun version. An Argent Commander top deck, so he can just kill the 2-3.
So many charges in there.
Yeah, he got like everything. Argent Commander, Leroy, and Doomguard. But now you kind of need to play from the top. So you're going to play Argent Commander. Then you should actually play Leroy. And then it goes next card, Doomguard. Like the last card you're going to play is Doomguard. Nice thing, he has Abusive Sergeant plus Big Game Hunter. So if we see another
Fire Elemental.
Yeah, he can just Big Game Hunter it away. That's actually some crazy value. And I'm surprised to see a Big Game Hunter in Artosis deck. Well, against Handlock. Or against Control Warrior, maybe. But still surprising. Nice thing in the end.
Well, some people run a Big Game Hunter. Other people just use a Black Knight.
There's a Black Knight
Never
also.
mind.
So he's just running everything. Artosis is prepared against every deck.
I think that might be even too much.
Well, he's gonna Doomguard now, sadly. And what was he want? Well, if he Doomguards, he wants to keep Leroy. That would be funny, or keep his Black Knight. But he saw already Feral Spirit, so we might not see soon again. He kind of needs to Doomguard and kill the 4-2. He wants to rush the face. There's Leroy left in his hand.
Wow.
He could go 11 to the face. That's gonna lose it if he life taps here. And okay, there's 5 damage and a Lightning Storm. So just a Zudrake Lightning Storm, everything is safe for Rewind, or a Blood Mage Selnus Lightning Storm.
Azure Drake. Check what you get.
And then
play a Totem because you have 50-50. That's a taunt against the next rush, and then go for Lightning Storm. Clear the board. You're good to go.
Looks extremely potent for Rewind here. That second Lightning Storm is actually a good value. He can also Doomguard and just trade with his 1-1 and play the Salnus for card draw. But I would go for Totem first. That was like slight misplay, but it's okay.
Of course, he wants the Taunt Totem.
Well, if he gets it anyway, that would be perfect. But he had a bigger chance with the 1-1 out. Now he has he's 5 damage on the board, and your enemy only has Leroy, so good for Rewind here. And if Artosis is going to, well, life tap is so risky. You're a 9. What does he want to draw to win? Oh, that's 7. That's only 9 damage, almost. But if he had Doomguarded his enemy last turn, he would have lost. Like the face, he would have gotten too much damage from the double Argent Commander after tapping. If he would, he was a 9 HP. Double Argent Commander plus Totem would have killed him. If he had stayed above, like on 11, he could have maybe Doomguarded his enemy's face and then hoped to win with Leroy. Oh, now
Black Knight.
Yeah, Black Knight, but there's Salnus, Totem, and a Zudrake Lightning Storm. So
it's 5 damage at least.
Oh, plus Defender of Argus, so he could just Lightning Storm and Argus.
It is.
Yeah, it is lethal too.
I would go Lightning Storm.
It would just go Lightning Storm to see what happens. Like if you do the perfect storm. And